Hello, friends. Welcome to Betty's Garden to Table. Today, we are going to make something super, super yummy and delicious, which is crawfish and sausage fried rice. Let's get to cooking. All right, what I'm going to do here is you see about a half a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to add my veggies. So I'm going to add my carrots first. And that is about 1/3 of a cup. Next, I'm going to add my onions. Make sure you get all those onions out. Now I'm going to add my garlic, which is about half a tablespoon. And then I'm going to add my corn. Now, you guys see me using this corn. This is frozen corn. But if you have some fresh corn or pieces of corn left that the kids didn't eat, feel free to just take it right off the cob and you can actually use that. So what I told everyone in my actual video before this is I like to double season. What does double season mean? Well, I don't like my food bland. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now season my veggies. So here are the spices that I use in this recipe, which is onion powder, pepper, caramelized butter, onion butter, spice, and then last but not least, Creole seasoning, Cajun seasoning, whatever you want to call it, with no salt. Now, you'll notice that I still have some left. It's because I double season. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add this when I add my rice. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure that we are cooking this down. Uh-oh, got a piece of rice there. And we are going to saute, saute, saute. Because you want to make sure that your carrots are nice and tender. A little bit of crunch if you like a little bit of crunch. But we want to make sure that it's sort of al dente, soft on the outside, maybe a little crunch in the middle. So you're going to saute that up. It smells amazing in here. And you notice I have a non-stick pan, so make sure that you actually use something that will not scratch it. And my bestie, Deetra, actually got me the entire set. So I have the spatula, I have the spoon, I have all of those pieces. So very beautiful set. Colors, as you can see, are rich and beautiful. So that's what I like to use when I'm using this particular pan. All right, so we are going to get these veggies nice and soft, which they look like they're doing pretty good. Next, I'm going to add my sausage. Now, I'm going to add my sausage because, as you know, sausage has oil in it. It typically will have some sort of spice in it. And so this just gets my sausage sort of moving in the pan, releasing its juices so that it's nice and brown and sort of caramelized before I actually add the rice. Now, while that's cooking, I want to talk to you a little bit about these crawfish. So these are actually crawfish tails. They are absolutely beautiful. Now, I will tell you, these are actually fresh, meaning that Steve cooked me some boiled crawfish, and then I actually took all the tails out. But I will tell you a secret. If you go to most grocery stores, you will find these crawfish tails actually in a package. And so what you do is they typically come frozen. You would just unthaw them and make sure that you add them to your recipe. So for now, I'm just going to make sure that everything's cooking down. And then as you can see, there's a little bit more oil in the pan. As you can see, the corn's kind of plumped up a little bit. It's absorbing all of the juices and getting super, super yummy. So you want to make sure that everything's cooking. This is not one of those dishes that you can walk away from. So know that once you get everything together, you're going to be standing over the stove for a little bit, but it's super quick an easy and delicious meal to make for your family or yourself. So I'm just going to mix and mix and mix till it's scrumptious, till the sausage releases its natural juices. And then I'm going to add my crawfish. So here we go. Oh, look at that. I'm just going to steal one. Does that not look beautiful? Look at all those colors. You got the white from the crawfish and the red. You got the yellow from the corn. You got the beautiful brown sausage. Doesn't get any prettier than that. All right, so now that we have all of this sort of incorporated, we have all of this sort of melded together, I'm going to tell you one more trick about these carrots. So if you don't want to sit and saute as I did, that's okay. You can actually take the carrots, quickly boil them until they get soft, not mushy, but until they get a little soft, hard in the center, and then that will cut down on some of your sauteing time if you are, busy and you just don't have time to do all this. So again, trying to make your life easy, giving you some tips and tricks, which in my cookbook, every single recipe has a tip or trick to it. So the cookbook should be coming out soon, and I hope you guys will purchase it, and I hope that you make something delicious for your family. All right, now that that has been cooked down, I am going to add some olive oil. I'm going to add just a little bit, and I would say if you have to measure that, I would say that's probably about 1/3 teaspoon of olive oil. And the reason why I do that is because we're going to now add our rice. And we want to make sure that our rice, whether you use long grain or short grain, doesn't stick, okay? So here you can see I have 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, which is 1 cup. And in this case, I'm going to do 1 cup of rice. For this recipe, I want to make sure that the star, which is the sausage and the crayfish or crawfish, stand out. So I don't want too much rice in this recipe. Now, if you prefer to have more rice, have at it. Just add more. And let me say this, you can add additional vegetables if you don't want just carrots and just corn. As you guys know, I personally don't like peas because they're mushy and they're gross. But if your family likes peas, add peas. You want to add green beans, add some green beans. It is totally up to you. I will tell you that if you add these vegetables in, you definitely don't want to do too much. I would do 1/3 cup. You want to be consistent with the recipe. So look at how beautiful that actually looks. I'm going to take this last piece here, and we eat sticky rice. You all know I'm Korean and black, so we eat the sticky rice. But again, you don't have to use the sticky rice. If you want to use the long grain rice, you actually can. All right, so this looks really good right now, but we're not there yet. I'm just breaking up these pieces of the sticky rice, and I'm just incorporating all of it. Now, this is where I will add the rest of my spices, because remember, I don't like bland food, and I don't think you do either. So now we're going to add our additional spices. So this is where we are going to go back to our spice plate. We're going to add the caramelized onion butter seasoning, Creole onion powder, fresh cracked black pepper. And we're going to give that a great mix. Make sure we are mixing all those spices up, making sure that all the rice is coated, that all the sausage is releasing its oil. And now we are going to add the last part to this, which actually turns the rice brown, and why we call it fried rice, because we are literally frying this rice. Last part is the soy and water mixture. Listen to that sizzle. Make sure that you coat your rice. All your rice should be brown. Don't have white pieces and brown pieces. Make sure it's all brown. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to eat this. My 2 bites will be everything, folks. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Does that not look amazing? Wow. I wish you could smell it. Look at that. All right. Well, we are going to plate this up for you so you can see what it looks like on a plate. It's absolutely beautiful and stunning. So I'm going to cut that heat off. I'm going to give it a few minutes just to rest, and then we're going to plate this up. So one of the things that you want to consider when you are cooking is who is your audience, right? You want to make sure that the food not only tastes great, but that it also looks beautiful on the plate. So you want to be sure that when you serve your food up, it's pretty. It's not just slapped on the plate. You want to make sure that it's something that is appealing to the eye and something that everyone will want to eat. So we're going to plate this up. We're going to make this beautiful so that it's delicious and scrumptious and that someone would want to eat it. One of my weaknesses is plates. I love beautiful serving plates just because it just makes you feel like you're eating like royalty. So I like to use my beautiful fancy plates that I have to make things super beautiful. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at all that crawfish. Look at all that sausage. So in an earlier recording, I actually showed you guys how to do the how to do the steak and sausage fried rice. But in this particular recipe, I really wanted the sausage and the crawfish to stand out. And so I added less rice. Look at that. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to top it off with more of the protein pieces so that it is balanced and it is absolutely beautiful. Look at that, my friends. Crawfish and sausage fried rice. Enjoy.